Welcome back to another strange and mysterious podcast. Of course, we're back. I'm your host, G. Introduce yourself, fellas.
5999, aka Matt Royball, in the house.
AKA the one.
Yo,
You in the Matrix.
Shoot bullets at me.
And McVice.
The one and the only McVice.
Yep.
So today's episode, I wanted to talk about, I've been wanting to talk about this. Life happens, unfortunately, right? About the UFO incident in Las Vegas, Nevada, where, this UFO lands in the back of this people's house and these giant creatures are outside, and the kid, calls 911 to say, this is not a joke. There's these tall 9-10 foot beings outside of my backyard somewhere. Okay. And what's even crazier is that the police on the lapel caught the UFO streaking across. And so I want to watch this little documentary about it and kind of see, what exactly that they caught, You guys have heard it, right? You guys have heard about
totally.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look. Roswell Part 2, huh?
Well, now people are harassing those people in Vegas.
All right. Let's take a look.
I
have butterflies, bro. I've only thought a shooting star. Then these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
All right, could this be the big one? UFO sightings are definitely on the rise, and something very strange happened in Las Vegas. This is going to blow up in the news today. There was a police report, and even the police were freaked out. 2 giant creatures were found in a backyard. The police even saw the object coming down from the sky and got it on their dash cameras. So a quick rundown of what actually happened and some notable things that I found in the news.
Something pulled down from the sky, and it was with light, and when it hit down, it was like a big impact, and we felt it. We felt like an energy.
Interesting.
And then we hear like a lot of footsteps near us, and then we have a big equipment, and we see, and there's like an 8-foot person beside it.
This is my best understanding of the situation. Police reported a falling star, also got it on their dash camera. About 8 minutes later, they got a police report of somebody saying something landed in their backyard, and 2 giant creatures were in their backyard at that time. They didn't take it too seriously, but within 40 minutes, they did arrive at the house. They took video footage of the backyard, and also the people apparently had video footage and reported seeing 2 giant creatures, and the creatures actually could see them. They said they were terrified. The witness claims that when he looked into the backyard as the object landed, he could see lights, but the area looked blurry. Not all of his vision, but only the area in the backyard looked blurry, almost as if some sort of stealth was being used. What happened in Las
What I think is interesting, just from that little, that introduction, is that the people felt the object hit the ground, right? And what's even stranger is you'd figure if something hit the ground like that it would skip. It would go somewhere else, right? Bounce, break up, but it didn't.
It just went.
Yeah, it just hit the ground and stopped. Yeah. Now that is strange, right?
Yeah.
Because you'd figure there'd be a ricochet somewhere or pieces somewhere.
That's instant, literally being able to move somewhere instantly and stopping it instantly on a dime. And how are the things inside able to not be crushed to mush? There's some warping and engineering of space-time there that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, that's very strange. All right, so let's take a look.
Las Vegas. What did these people see? And where have they gone missing to? Just for a moment, they light up the backyard, and what they see terrifies them. Right here, over the right shoulder, something is now standing in between the back loader and the truck in the front.
Oh, right there.
Las Vegas UFO, June 2023. Here's the backyard footage. All 3 men are armed. Looking at the original footage, you can see they're clearly terrified. It appears something stands up in between the loader and the truck. Just for a moment, they light up the backyard. And what they see terrifies them. Right here, over the right shoulder, you can clearly see something is now standing in between the back loader and the truck in the front.
I guess right here.
Yeah, right there, kind of.
That's the thing. I never did clearly see what they saw. I've looked at a lot of this footage, and I could never really make out the being.
So that's very strange.
Oh, look at that right there.
Take a look here. It appears to
Let's
come
go
out of
back.
it.
That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is.
You can kind of see it.
Look,
like,
you can kind of see like two eyes.
like it's a little bit hunched, like it's moving, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I can't see it, man. I don't see it.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Take a look
They
here.
were pecking
It
heat.
appears to come at an
Yeah, they
angle
were.
and
They're
drop
packing heat.
vertically there.
They should have
ET
been
was about
packing
to get lit,
blunts. They should have been packing blunts.
right?
You want to
They're
get
like,
high with the
Coming at
aliens,
an
not
angle
shoot
and
them.
then drop vertically, changing direction mid-flight.
they're
So
like,
that thing
what the hell
wasn't a
was in that
crash.
Here you
cigarette?
can see it again, changing direction
That's
mid-flight.
not a crash. That's like a landing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really fast,
Yeah,
right?
it'll give you
Yeah,
chills.
exactly.
You're gonna want to look here and here. You can see the creatures in the cab of the loader. Whatever is in the cab has giant eyes. Creature on the right appears to blink. This is one of the strangest things about the entire
What?
video.
Yeah, this is like one of the clips
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember watching,
That's
and I
weird.
could never make it
I
out.
don't see it. I can't
Using
Yeah.
get
knowledge
that
of
out.
videography and
Neither
digital.
could I. I never could either, and I watched it like several times. I don't see it. You know.
Using knowledge of videography and
Let's see.
digital footage, we see
We'll
something that
pause
is
it.
impossible and hard to explain. A blurry alien creature within the focus zone of the camera. The way light works, this is impossible. Within the depth of field, everything will be in perfect focus. This is the part that has me convinced.
Perfect
You can clearly
focus.
see something.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
argue
Voice
that.
I agree. Like,
Some
yeah.
areas like stealth, not his
Come on.
vision.
Everybody has a
Something
different
in the
definition
backyard.
of
This
Yeah,
is
my-
completely
no
100%
shit.
My definition of
without
perfect
advanced
focus is a
technology
bit
that
different than
supposedly
yours,
we don't
dude.
have.
Yeah,
Worth
man.
noting, though, that metamaterials can create a similar effect with microwaves. Technology has gone silent for many years since metamaterials were first revealed to us. Maybe they figured it out. Maybe these are aliens. I think it's crazy to
The hell
believe
is
they're
that?
the only ones in the universe.
That's not perfect focus, bro.
No, that's not, bro. Like,
what
that could
the
be fucking
fuck?
anything right there, dude.
Is it a moth? It looks like a moth.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that could be fucking anything, bro. That could be his
I'm
having
fucking thumb
Yeah,
for all we
I'm
know.
having a
Shit.
hard time with
Yeah. Like,
Hey,
what the
we'll have to do like subtitles. Mothra.
that.
Shit, dude.
Jeanette,
That's the best we can do in
or
2023.
this
Fuck,
advanced tech.
you know.
Comment, share any interesting stories you have to tell. And if you're from the Las Vegas area, please let us know what you saw.
I mean, I think something happened there. I don't know. I don't know. I think that the footage of the cop's lapel cam was pretty rad. I mean, how do you explain that?
It kind of changed direction.
Yeah. Now the movement of the people, maybe they were seeing stuff that is related to how they can camouflage themselves. Maybe cameras can't see them all that well. Maybe it's like a feeling too. I don't know. I'd like to hope though that. Well, would I? I don't know. Imagine if those guys were down to get. They're like, it's been a while since I've gotten my anal probing on. Let's hit Vegas.
Hey.
Yeah,
They're like, you guys look familiar. Have we probed you before? You guys look very
Yeah, I don't know,
familiar.
dude.
Hey, stop,
they're
stop
like
stereotyping.
let's go back to Vegas where what we do there stays there. That's the funnest type of anal probing they do, right?
Maybe that's what those aliens are doing. They're getting drunk and high, and they crashed.
They're like, yeah, we want to go to the strip.
Oh shit! Yeah, they were like,
Like,
we thought we
dude,
were
you
somewhere
parked in the
else.
wrong neighborhood, jackass.
Bro, this is not the mothership. Shit.
Damn,
We're in so much trouble.
We're super fucked up.
We're in so much
Yeah.
trouble.
Nah. See, that was my problem with this footage from Vegas. Like, okay,
Yeah,
we see the light coming in the sky. I don't think that was faked, but I'm not saying any part of it was fake, but the footage is shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's hard
And
to
they
make
made a
out.
big deal, and it's like I never clearly saw anything ever, you know?
It was hard to make out.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it sucks because you're right. Like in 2023, we have our cameras, on our phone that do 4K, 8K, and the
Oh,
best we can
shit.
do is a blurry
That?
photo, right, of the alien.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Exactly.
So, but I would say this. Granted, we didn't get the best footage, but the police officers that went over obviously were freaked out, and they got caught on their camera. And then the people, calling 911, right, of course, That's kind of the collaboration. So we know something happened, right?
Sure.
Something
Yeah.
strange happened, but we
Yep.
don't know exactly what it was.
Nope.
Nope.
Right.
I think we can clearly put this one in unexplainable category, not
Yeah.
leaning necessarily one way or the other. This one is
Yeah.
just one of those ones where you go, right?
Exactly.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
So again, I wonder, because it's been a month already, close to a
Been a
month.
while.
It's been, and we haven't heard anything more about this. So are people basically just done with it? Does the media not want to talk about any after effects anymore? Because you had just said, right, they were getting death threats, correct?
Yeah, they were the people that were involved. The last that I read about the incident, they were getting death threats, people trying to convert them, just crazy stuff. Like they were being harassed, and so they were turning their numbers off and doing all this, taking all these steps.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of became a little bit of like internet famous, and I think it freaked them out. So I think that some of that might be why we haven't heard anything more. I mean, I'm just saying, one of those Discovery guys, the Ancient Aliens and all those producers, you don't think one of those fucking producers thought about it as like, we should send someone to go talk to this family for Discovery?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a
build a
lot we
show
don't
around
know
that.
either,
Who
man.
knows?
We don't know if they do send people to go talk to these people, but just because we don't hear it on the news doesn't mean that's not going on.
Yeah,
they
it's true.
choose what they want to tell
Yep.
us and what they don't want to tell us.
Well,
Yeah.
I think which is interesting, and I mean, I don't watch CNN, or I don't really watch, of course, Fox News. That's not even news, right? But I don't remember seeing anything on that those big networks even picked it up. This is a local Las Vegas network.
Exactly.
So
It's more
I didn't hear anything more
local
after
media.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Local media.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to happen when it comes to this stuff. Like you're going to see more from the TikTok community than you will on the national media.
My wife's right. She's totally right.
Yeah.
Those Tennessee riots where the kids all went to the state house. The news was covering a whole nother story, and that was a big fucking deal going on down there.
Sure, man.
I saw some crazy videos
Yeah.
of those young kids that weren't even old enough to vote, picketing and protesting and going into the people's house there, into the areas where you're allowed guests, and basically yelling so loud that they couldn't get any work done on the floor. It was the most aggressive kind of protest that I'd ever seen kids that young do. Go back.
What
and
are they
look at some of
protesting
those,
about?
because the gun. There were what was it exactly? It was a gun issue. They just had that shooting that happened at that college.
Okay.
And kids there in Tennessee or whatever it was in the entire state, they basically organized teachers. They're like, fuck this. No one's going to school on such and such day. We're all going to a protest at the state capitol because we're tired of dying, right? And this was a big fucking story. And it did get covered by the mainstream media, but they used it almost like as gap fillers, right? In between the big stories.
Yeah.
But TikTok was blowing up. And it was, I hate TikTok, but I got to give Heather credit there. The TikTok kind of citizen journalist movement is quite strong and quite powerful.
Well, I think that whether it's aliens or ghosts or politics or whatever it is, I think we're moving into a very dangerous period of time where things like AI are going to become the standard, and we're not going to know what truth is because we're very visual creatures. And the majority of us don't do any type of research. A lot of people don't do research. They just take in what they see or what they hear, and they keep it moving, right?
Yep.
And I think that's kind of the purpose of dumbing down America is that they don't want people asking questions, and anything that's fed to them, that's what they'll take in without even checking the sources, right? Because again, they want to be popular. Think about the training of the young people. They all want to be TikTok stars, YouTube stars, but how many of them want to be scientists? How many of them want to be mathematicians? How many
Much
want to be
less.
educators? Right?
Much less.
Oh yeah.
And so I think it's just training for the youth. So this is their, time to go through that. What is their children's time going to be? Right? What is their media going to look like? Their world?
Oh, it's going to be implanted in their brains.
It's going to be controlled.
It's not going to be a screen. It's going to be inside you.
Yeah, it'll be control about what you see and what you hear.
Directly jacked in.
It'll be like, how the cookies you get on your computer and the cookies that they follow you and they tell you, oh, you like looking at cameras, huh?
Yeah,
well, it'll be just like that. They'll just feed into your ego, right? And then you won't even go looking for other information because they're just, telling you how great you are on the internet.
Yeah, dude, there's a new Black Mirror episode on Netflix. This is called Judy is Horrible or Judy is Bad or some Joan is Bad, some shit like this. And it's basically about that, them using social media to feed you. They're just going to find your little sweet spot, your little ego, your unique structure that hits all the right buttons, and they're just going to keep hitting it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, think about it. That's what they're setting us up to do.
Direct jack in.
They're making life so comfortable for people as far as giving them what they look for, what they want. But with that, there's the other side of that, which is you're losing freedom for yourself, right? Because if you just feed into what you believe, you don't get the whole picture. You're very off balanced, and you have to be challenged. Whatever your beliefs are, they have to be challenged, whether it's UFOs, whether it's your religious, whether it's whatever. You have to be a critical thinker. And I think that's what we're losing in our society. We're just, again, taking everything at face value. Not everybody, but a lot of people,
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's like, I think it's becoming more common for people to become less able to critically think. I mean, we saw a lot of it even in high schools when they removed like the debate. There's no debate teams anymore in the lower, at the higher end high schools, of course, there still is, but even just basic debating skills, people don't know. So they're falling into these camps, right, where there's no middle, where anyone can have dialogue. It's scary. And my hope is that these younger generations, because I see it in my son, they're using technology in different and unique and interesting ways. They're getting around like the limits at school. I was actually proud of him for this. Him and his friends play on these Minecraft servers that are normally blocked, and they figured out some workaround so they could all play at school on their Minecraft servers in class, the little shits. Of course, I told them, that's not good, that's bad, and all this. But I was like, you little shit. That's, that in a way, having that ability to question authority, to having a space where you can. I think we're losing some of that, and then some of that ability to have dialogue too, and that polarization. Man, it's crazy. Even in something like UFOs. Like, let's just talk about just the subject of one simple part of the, paranormal, UFOs. I think there used to be in the old days more people that were kind of in the middle of, I don't know, but, I'd be there. Whereas even that issue, I think, is polarized, and you get into these two camps, and it's more no. If there were, we would know about them already, or the opposite view was like, no, I think it's impossible there's not UFOs.
I saw this thing the other day, made me laugh. It said, when aliens drive by or fly by Earth, they lock their doors.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Well, anyways.
Crazy bitches.
Right. All right. That's been our episode. We'll catch you on the flip side. Strange and Mysterious Podcast. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.